So really tonight was nothing more than a lot of friendship woes, but they were being kind of handled like middle school girls. Just a little. Hey guys, thanks so much for clicking on the video. This is my review for Basketball Wives. This is season 10, episode 2. Like I said, a lot of relationship woes between the ladies, and some of the stuff was really a bit immature, for lack of better words. A lot of this stuff was handled like the girls when they were in middle school. Some of these things, I said, what are we in the 6th grade here? Like, really, cut it out. Let's start right here with Malaysia and Brandi, where we left off. They're sitting there talking. Now, this was grown. This was grown. This is something that's pretty hard to do. They're sitting there when they were having their conversation, Brandi kept coming at Malaysia saying, she wasn't really saying exactly what happened other than the stuff about the death of her father and that stuff, but not really saying what it was that was the issue. She just kept saying, you got character flaws. You got character flaws. And I was thinking it the whole time. I'm like, a lot of people can't do this. But Malaysia did it. When she told her, she said, you know what? I'm a lot of things that you don't like. So let's just let it be that. Let's let it keep it like that. And she walked. And she walked. I am actually guilty. I'm guilty of this in some areas because there's people who are part of my family, that are part of my life, that have little issues that are theirs, that you only let it slide because they are family members. And the truth of the matter is that one thing that she said, you don't like certain things about me, so why don't we just keep it like that? Why is it that you don't like this and you don't like that, and you obviously can't let it go because you want to keep bringing it up? So why do you keep coming around me? Let me go. Leave me alone. Go away. Like, seriously. Go away. Now, and with friends, I would march just like her. But there's a few situations where it's family members that do this stupid stuff. Family members. It's stupid. It's very stupid. Things that are a part of who you are as a person that are just, quite frankly, not going to change. If you see an issue with it, why the hell do you keep coming around that person? So I thought that was truly on some grown woman stuff. And I was like, a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people can't do that. That's the difficult. That's the break. And she told Jen, Malaysia told Jen, no, I don't miss her. I don't miss being friends with her. Brandi, on the other hand, was over there crying because Brandi's the one who, for whatever reason, you still carrying it. You got all the issues, it seems, with her character, but you still want to be around her. It's a little sick behavior, if you ask me. And I've actually spoken about it before. I mean, I'm gay. I'm gay. I'm effeminate. I'm who I am. None of that is going to ever change. I am not 20. I'm not 30. I'm not 40. Shit. None of that ain't going to change. The only thing for me at this point that's going to change is breathing versus not breathing at this late date. So anybody that has a problem with my femininity or me being gay, the best thing for you to do would be to stay away from me. And quite honestly, I don't contact these people. I don't try to be around these people, but these people can't stop being around me. And the thing is, truly, they're family members. So when they're family, you just tend to let your family get away with some things that you would never let people in the streets get away with. So I get it. When I saw this, I was like, wow, that was powerful. That was powerful. It always say, I don't understand it. This is just crazy. What do you keep bringing up certain issues that you know they're really not issues? They're an issue for you. What are you bringing it up for? What do you keep involving yourself in it for? And that's what I keep seeing. Malaysia's going on Malaysia, talking about other stuff. Malaysia not even really talking about Brandi unless somebody mentions Brandi. She really is kind of, it's kind of cold, but she's pretty much over it. And Brandi is going through. She's going through. So we dealt with that all throughout. And then what I did notice about Duffy is being very insensitive. Very insensitive because just like I said, we know Brandi's going through it. She keeps picking and prodding and basically teasing her. Oh yeah, that's my best friend. That's her best friend. That's my best friend. That's her best friend. Oh yeah, she keeps singing the best friend song by Saweetie. You know, and anytime somebody says something about Malaysia and like Malaysia didn't show up for Brooke's birthday party. She didn't show up. And here Brandi just it's normal to her. Well, maybe she'll show up for the after party. You know, where everybody else was kind of being shady, like, will she? You know, and she's like, you know, no, maybe she'll show up for the. And Duffy was feeling the kind of way because Duffy's been acting like a kid. And she actually had a conversation with British a little earlier before that party saying, you know, I wonder once all this stuff happens, she says, because they're going to get back together. They're going to get back together because Brandi wants to be friends with Malaysia. Once Malaysia allows it to settle and they go back to being friends, I worry that Brandi is going to take all of the friendships that she's building with the ladies in the group and kind of just throw them to the side. And it'll be all about Malaysia and the rest of us will just be thrown to the side. Well, that's very sixth grade of you. Like, are you saying that, I mean, she can't? What is that? What is that? What is that? And if that's actually her, then it's the same thing. That's pretty much a character flaw, that you can't be friends with more than one person. So it seems to me if that's the way you feel, Duffy, about Brandi, then probably you should limit your time with Brandi. You shouldn't bother with Brandi like that. Stop trying to get close to Brandi. The issue is yours. It's not Brandi's. If that's her, and that's how she get down, and that's the type of friendship you want with her, where you want to be her one and only, the issue is really yours. And you probably shouldn't put yourself out there if you know that once they become friends again, you're going to get thrown to the side, or you're not going to be as close as what you want to be. It's up to you to save yourself. And maybe you should pull back. Maybe you should pull back instead of pushing yourself, because you're like pushing yourself on her into a space that has just become, and I don't even know that it's actually become available, but it's like you're trying to push yourself into this space. The problem is actually you, Duffy. You're acting like a sixth grade girl. Knock it off. During the party, during Brooke's party, it got to a point where Brandi actually got tired of it, and she pulled Duffy to the side and checked her and was like, you need to stop. Like, you think it's all a joke. This is really not a joke to me. This is my life. This is not a joke. And I don't find it funny, and you need to stop. And she told her, you know, I care about you. That's why, you know, but because she was still acting real coy with it. And then when she said she was actually really serious, she said, it's just that I care about you and I see you're going through it and everything. She's like, okay, well, I'll let it go. But for some reason, I just don't think she's going to let it go. I don't think she's going to let it go. But Malaysia didn't come to the party. She had other things going on. Jackie talked to her later on, and she told her, I'm in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta because she was going through a whole lot of other stuff. She had actually Malaysia had met with Zell Swag. He was there. And Zell Swag is actually friends with Brandi and Malaysia. So he got both sides. He didn't pick a side, was proud of him because, you know, Zell Swag can be one messy bitch. But he didn't. He didn't pick a side. He just said, you know, Brandi has a way of doing things. You have a way of doing things. And there's a little space. Like, you've grown, you've matured to a certain spot. She not there. So, it just kind of is what it is. But he didn't pick a side. He did pick a side. So I was proud of him for that. But Malaysia was talking about how she's been struggling with depression, and she has the guilt of leaving her children in Atlanta while she's in LA. And then, obviously she talked about the child support issues again. Well, when she talked to Jackie the day after Brooke's party, she told her, I'm in Atlanta. I'm getting ready to bring my kids back to LA with me. And she was really happy. She was saying, we're going to be in this small place in the beginning when I get there, but they said they want to come with me. So I'm taking my babies and I'm coming. And I'm like, good. I mean, good. So you could go ahead and get on with your things, get on with your things. Speaking of Brooke actually is married now. And there was a whole thing where we've seen Brooke and Brandi building a friendship. We've seen her with a few of the girls building new friendships and stuff. And there's some truth to what Duffy was saying. I feel like she's trying to replace Malaysia with the new ladies. But again, that's her. That's what listen, it is what it is. It is what it is. Hell, it is what it is. Brooke was there getting her nipples pierced. I was like, ooh, all right. So that was really interesting. Angel. Didn't I tell y'all there was going to be some issues about that rock star? I told y'all he was a whole freaking mess. There was going to be some mess. There was a little double date between Duffy and her guy, Angel and Rock. And the energy was just so off. And it was so weird. And then eventually, Angel threw some shots. She's like, child, he's narcissistic. He yells. And I'm not used to no man yelling at me. My father didn't yell at my mother. I don't know what all that's about. And he does all these things very unapologetically. I already told y'all. Looks to me like Rockstar ain't no different than he was when he was over there on Love and Hip Hop. He is loud, long, wrong, and he's at attention. He just ridiculous. He ridiculous. It looked like he's doing the same things. Angel that's screwed up is all that I've pieced together with this. You move too fast. Your bottom half has actually taken over like a man. You were thinking with your under your waist, and you done messed up. You done fooled around and then got pregnant. Now you stuck. And she's literally trying to hang on for this baby that hasn't even been born yet. And all of that. And it is a sad, sad situation. I'm looking at her. I'm like, girl, first of all, you're pregnant. You are pregnant. Pregnant. You don't even need all of this drama while you're pregnant like that. You'll hurt yourself and your baby. So if you're thinking about your baby, now would be the time to cut ties with this foolishness. She has made it very clear in just this episode, they just do not mesh together. They don't mesh. She said it herself. I thought, I wanted this type of man, and he's not. He ain't it. And if you know that now, why in the hell would you proceed forward for what you're going to do 18 years? Because when people get to doing, but do it for my baby, you're going to roll 18 years with this fool? Being miserable? Because you are miserable now. You are completely miserable. And the baby ain't even here yet. Just imagine when the baby get here. And then y'all have differences of opinion when it pertains to the baby, because the baby is 50% his and 50% yours. And y'all arguing about shit that don't even mean nothing at this point. He literally called her on the phone. That's when you know that things is just tumultuous and crazy. You at a birthday party. Having what? Because see, in the past, when I've actually peeked into the show and I seen Angel, she seemed to be a happy girl. She sews and she does these little things and she really got it going on. They showed stuff where she's in her boutique and she's name dropping these folks and Doja Cat this and this one and that one. That's what I saw of Angel Brinks. That's what I know of Angel Brinks. She's usually really happy. She's very successful. She does her thing. These 2 episodes, she just is downtrodden and don't look like she happy. And then she's pregnant. That is just not good for me. It looks bad. It leaves me with a bad feeling. I don't like that. Then she's a little tiny woman. I'm like, girl, you don't need all this stress while you're trying to bring life into the world. You really don't. This just don't look good to me at all. I think it's unnecessary stress, and stress will harm you. I just don't see it. And he just, I just ain't got no respect for him from what I've actually seen. Again, not what anybody told me, what he presented on reality TV. It just, his energy and her energy is a no for me. He called her while she was at the party and upset her to the point she got up and left the party. I said, oh yeah, we know what that looked like. I was young once and stupid. And you done called me while I'm somewhere enjoying myself, and you got your bullshit going on. Now your bullshit done messed up the good time I'm having. Now I got to get up and leave because I got to go somewhere and cuss your ass up. Sure, I got time for that. And don't no pregnant woman need to be dealing with no fool trying to take her down that road. Period. Angel better leave this mess alone and get out now. Because the further in you get, the worse it's going to get. Shit, get out now. That's terrible. Last thing I'm going to talk about here, Duffy. Duffy, don't do it. Duffy and her guy, Iman, he wants her to be a stay-at-home. Don't do it. Don't do it. One, when people start taking things away and then you become a kept individual, you're going to have a problem. You're going to have a problem. Just look at your castmates. Look at what Malaysia's going through. Malaysia is crying and going through it about child support. Because some of who she is has to do with some of what somebody else has to actually contribute. Don't do it. He wants you to you're literally on, you've been working steady with French Montana. You supposed to go out on tour. Things is just picking right back up. You've seen the downfall, through the pandemic and all that. Things, now everybody's ready. It's go time. And he wants you not to go. And then it's been presented to you, if you leave the process now, you can't come back. You can't return. So if things with you and Amon don't work out, you on your ass out. And remember, mama's baby, daddy's maybe. It is what it is. Don't do it. I don't suggest that anyone, male, female, trans, I don't care what you are or how you see yourself or how you present yourself to the world. I don't think it's a good idea for anyone to be kept. Because when you are kept, you can be controlled. And it's pretty much an unsaid rule that whoever's keeping you will control you. And I say, don't do it. Do not do it. Either straighten it out with him on now and let him know you ain't doing this to me. And that be it. That's all I got to say tonight, y'all. Don't do it. And I'll talk to y'all next week.